Well, hey there. Welcome to the Pawpaw Chronicles and More with Jim. Well, today I come out here, was looking things over, and something I noticed, that I got a little bit of maintenance here and there to do, and this is one of them. This right here is a pawpaw. It's a Potomac. It was grafted on March 24th. I grafted it in the house. And, as some of you guessed it, it was a root sucker. We got some growth coming around here we want to get rid of. We'll back away from here. One of the things that you'll notice that I don't do, one, I don't put mulch all around it. I don't put wood chips around it because I feel that there would attract bugs. Although there's not a whole lot that, as far as pests, that bothers pawpaws. We had a hailstorm come through here a little while back, and some of them got holes punched through the leaves, but it didn't hurt the tree any. Just want to pull some of this back out of here, get it away from it, get it cleaned up. There. And I tell you something else I don't use. I do not use herbicides. I use fertilizers. I put fertilizers in the ground. This ground, incidentally, I dug down pretty deep because probably about 12 inches below you start running into clay. So I dug her down pretty deep, and I threw a cow manure type soil in there and worked it up with the clay. That cow manure will help break down that clay a little bit. The topsoil, what I did was I mixed it up with mushroom compost. So we have a layer of mushroom compost mixed with topsoil and a layer of cow manure compost mixed into the clay that's way down deep, and we're talking probably about 2.5 foot deep. I wanted to give this tree all the opportunity it needed to grow. So one of the things I don't do, as I said, is I don't use herbicides. Herbicides will kill that tree. I've been hearing stories of orchards where they utilize herbicides, and one of the things that they do is they see root suckers growing out and away from their trees, and they want to use an herbicide like Roundup to kill that root sucker. However, that root sucker is attached to the mother plant, to the mother tree. So in essence, what are you doing? You're poisoning that tree through the root system. Hey, it's just as easy just to come out here and spend a little bit of time looking things over, and every once in a while you come across the root sucker that comes up from your grafted tree that you want to get rid of. And all I do is I look, I see the root sucker there, I'm going to go below grade, and I'm going to snip it off. Now, one thing I will tell you though, when you see this scenario happening with something like this, that root sucker right there is part of the root stock. You got to get rid of that. You don't want nothing growing from the root stock. Put that to the side. And you want everything growing above this graft. Anything growing on this stalk right here, I'll get rid of, which I haven't had any growing on this stalk. And incidentally, as far as this one is concerned, that was the first one I seen come up underneath this one. Back during the early spring, as I said, in March, just prior to spring, I had a number of these in the house. They were all root suckers that I had grafted, and I shared them. There was 4 of them that I brought out, and I hardened them off, give them enough time to acclimate to the sun, and then I planted them. The other 3, by the way, are planted out in my fruit garden. Well, let me think about that. No, there's 4 of them out there. Jerry's Big Girl, Benny's Favorite, Wabash, and an IXL, grafted root suckers. And all of them did have one grow up, and I snipped it off, and that's been probably about 6 weeks ago, and I haven't seen any more come up since. It's just a matter of getting your rootstock to offer the energy into your scion, in which this is pretty much done growing for this year. Now if I wanted to, I can come and snip on these leaves and generate vegetative growth, but I'm going to let things go naturally. I'm not going to try and force this to grow any more than what it is, because I want it to just grow the way it wants to grow. That being said, it was just something that I wanted to share with you about herbicides and all that stuff. You know, like I said, I've been hearing an awful lot of horror stories of where herbicides are being used. And, you know, people that have an orchard and they don't want them root suckers to grow, I get it, you don't want them there. But they want to utilize herbicides to get rid of the root suckers. And then they end up killing the whole orchard because of that herbicide. Herbicides, in this instance, is not a good way to go. Just something that I wanted to share with you. Pawpaws, amazing little trees to deal with. Put the tag back on there before winter comes and decays this plastic tag. I'll come out here with a metal tag and a wire and attach it to this fence post as a permanent tag, and then when the tree gets bigger and I no longer need this protection around it, I can take that tag loose and attach it to the tree, and it'll be permanently marked so we know what it is in the future. Anyways, if you like what you see, subscribe. Any comments or questions that you may have, I welcome. Don't forget to click on that bell for any notifications. Y'all have a God bless day.